Welcome back to the Grassroots Podcast with myself, Winnie PJ, and I got my right hand man here, Mr. Foxwell. How are you, mate?
Good. Yourself?
Better now yet?
Better than what now that he's here?
Yeah.
Bit of backup.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have somebody else's take.
Nice to have a bit of sense.
I'll try.
This week, whilst we got Foxy here, and we are expecting another guest soon, we're going to just do a bit of a roundup of our games, but there's a couple of things we want to talk about first. One of them being our step challenge that we're on. Thanks to Unfazed, there's a plug. We've just started stepping everywhere, haven't we?
Yeah.
How many steps you done?
What today? Oh, don't do that.
22,000.
8,500. 9,000. But this time around, we're not in competition with anyone other than ourselves, as you can tell.
And it is a competition.
It is a competition, but I'm smashing him anyway. I could have a day off and I'll still be
He
good.
doesn't
early
actually...
mornings. I go on Facebook and I'm making me a cup of tea, and I think 2 hours ago he's out in the rain.
What time do you have a cup of tea? It's 4
7.
a.m. he's out there.
7-ish.
I do the late night stepping. I do.
Right.
But he don't know what I'm actually doing. I just say I've had a bad day. He don't actually know.
Yeah, I don't actually. I ain't the one with the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not in competition with anyone. This one's actually to raise money and raise awareness for Prostate Cancer UK. We've set ourselves a challenge to do 1 million steps between us in a month, and we're actually on track for that.
So 7 days was 267,000, I think.
So yeah, we'll make it. But what we're not on track with is sponsorship or donations. Sponsorship as well. Prostate cancer. We need more money. Simple as that. We've got £1,000 target, and we're currently at £130.
We need some motivation because this weather's grim, mine.
What do you think wearing the wellies? It's rough out there. I'm glad I got them in. Actually, I wanted to talk about them. They're lovely. I love a yellow welly. I do. It's my favourite colour.
I did hear a couple of times you played football a little bit. You had a pair of them.
2 left of them. Yeah. I once got Players Player of the Year.
Yeah.
One of my favourite colours as well is blue. Might as well say that a bit quick.
But yeah, please sponsor us. We keep asking. We keep plugging it.
Yeah, we just need some donations.
What's
guys.
the target?
£1,000. So we're essentially a tenth of the way there. We need more.
We need more, definitely.
Yeah, I'm hoping that there's going to be like a final push right at the end where people have just been having us.
When they can see us on like the 28th, go ahead.
You've talked about the stats with it, like how many people get it and things like that.
Yeah,
my dad actually had it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we need to. Might be for a separate pod.
Yeah.
But that would actually be really good to talk about because it's 1 in 8 people get it.
My dad's got one of 6 brothers, and 3 of them had it, and 3 of them didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's how common it is.
He only found it because my uncle, who moved to New Zealand, they check a little bit earlier than over here. I think it's something like 50 maybe.
Yeah.
And whatever old he was, they basically said, look, it's probably in your family, so tell your brothers to get tested, and they did. And my dad was one of 2 over here that had it. So
I didn't know that it could be like hereditary. I didn't know that it could be within the family.
So I've got to get checked 5 years earlier than I should, by the I think it's 45 over here, so I have to go when I'm 40.
Well, but there's at least you know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, and that's what it's about, raising awareness so that people do know to go and get checked.
We was quite naive to it, though, weren't we?
I won't lie, I knew nothing about it. I tell you another thing, Prostate Cancer Awareness Month could be in July. Like these walks are rough in the rain. I don't want to walk in wellies. I want to walk in Crocs. Simple as that. But jokes aside, it's good.
Serious.
It is serious, and it's like I say, it's good that you know that so that you can have the awareness. You can get checked, and I think it's worth other people knowing that it could happen. It could happen to anyone. 1 in 8 people that's a lot. That's 1 billion people.
It's scary.
Yeah. It really is scary, and there's no symptoms because the prostate gland is so small. If you have a tumour on your prostate, it doesn't push against anything. So it's not until you're in the later stages when after stage 4, it's essentially incurable. You can still survive, but it is incurable then. So that's that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get it out there that you need to get checked. 45, maybe even 40.
Well done, lads.
You must have already been checked. It's got to be like,
I've been around a long time, but I'm not 40 yet.
The other thing is we've got a competition running at the moment. It's another one to do with football cards. We've got a...
Took off.
It's took off massively. It's took off. And so did the other little competition that we had. So we are thinking of a few more regarding football cards. This competition, it's was it on the 28th it runs to? Yeah. So until the 28th of October, you got the chance to win 24 packs of Panini football cards, which I don't even remember how much the box costs, but I know that Winnie's already eyeing it up.
I am tempted, mine.
Yeah. All you
It's
have
them
to
shinies, just attractive.
£1.80 a pack, man.
Exactly.
That's,
Where'd you hear that?
That's inflation, that. It was £1 last year.
Was it last year?
that
A
much?
lot of kids ain't doing it this year because
Is there
last
still-
year it was £1 a pack. I think you got 5 or 6 cards in there.
Oh, there's 10.
But you get more cards and apparently they give it more like shinies, as we called it then, like
They are some sick,
get in on.
they're sick
Golden
shinies.
ballers, yeah, that's the ones. There's lots more of them.
They are the word, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
A few of the lads said they're not doing it because the parents then they said no, we're not
Get in
paying
a comp then, mate.
£1.80 a pack.
Well, let
Joe's
those,
got the book, one golden baller, and that's probably just going to stay.
but let those parents know that all they got to do is go onto our Facebook page, like the page, share the post, tag 3 friends. You can keep doing it and tag as many people as you want. And the more obscure the people, tag your mum, tag your nan, anybody. All right, just get
Tag
tagged.
Santa.
Yeah,
He's around.
he's around. And then you're in with a chance to win those 24 packs. And that's
Otherwise,
that.
I'd be opening.
He already has. Hopefully our guest Si will be here shortly.
I think I just heard a car pull up then.
Hey, speaking of devil,
Yeah, sorry I'm late.
it's all right, Bob.
Again.
It's normally me that's late, mate. Don't worry, we're used to it. Do you fancy a brew?
No, I got my own tea. Thank you.
Brilliant.
It just gets cheesier every time.
You think that'll by yourself?
I'll never get used to it. I had that text me at 7 o'clock this morning. Been dread all day at work, but not going to say that.
Wow, I need a minute.
Oh, yeah. Welcome along to the pod, mate.
Thank you.
We're gonna we'll do a weekly roundup of games, and I think whilst Winnie's got his right hand man, and whilst I got someone to tell me the truth about their games, we'll start with these two. How was the weekend for you?
Go on, mate. I'll let you take that one.
Much better than the last 3 weeks, put it like that.
Back to winning ways.
Yeah, back to winning ways, but more importantly, playing how we can play against the same sort of standard that we want to test ourselves against, really. Whereas we've been a bit out of our depth, in all honesty. Just a step too far, trying to find it where we are with
We had to try it, didn't we?
and stuff. Yeah. It was just too much, you know.
You gotta just blame the guy
We
that
didn't get
organised it.
anything from it. They didn't get anything from it. It was just a bit like Arsenal against Man City, actually. 10 behind the ball. I know we only got 9, but yeah, 9 behind the ball.
But we never had a false one.
No false 9s are.
Can only play false 9 in 7v7.
Our tactics don't stretch that far when you got Winnie and then me, obviously just picking the cones up. Oh, that reminds me. Off you from Saturday night.
Cheers, mate. I'll leave it there.
Why not? Why not?
They always
We're our
do,
own
don't they?
kicking team. You know.
That's what we used to use.
So actually,
Well,
Yeah.
maybe like
Just use the
divot in the
broadcast.
ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
You alright with that?
You still see it now and again. Bit old school, but
yeah.
yeah.
Nowadays you can't do it because the pitch is knackered.
Yeah.
Do it and you find oil.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was for us. It was nice to get back to winning ways.
So they had quite a few players behind the ball, so we was just taking pot shots and stuff. So it was hard to get out. But yeah, I think we played our own game, and the hard bit was that where we were so far forward, some of the lads were almost doubling up in the position. So we was lacking even more space, you know. And it was, like I said, it was a small pitch. So
I think you said as well, it meant that your boys, you had so many so far forward, you ended up with just 2 at the back, and if the ball came over the top,
well, they hit on the break twice.
That's
didn't
it.
they?
Yeah, their goals. Yeah,
Cope not get back quick enough. Fox.
Done for pace.
standard.
Yeah. He can't stand on the D no more.
Oh, bless him. I shouldn't take the mick out of Cope because he's actually my favourite player.
No, but we may have had a new centre half, haven't we?
Yeah.
So our combined centre halves now are about 4 foot.
Yeah.
have you got Smiler in there?
No.
Little Chaz.
Yeah. Charlie.
Oh, you said. Yeah, but he's a tackler, isn't he?
He is a tackler.
Yeah.
His brother's good at the back as well.
Is
he?
He plays at the back for us. Yeah, he's decent. So he's a bit of a. He's one of them. He's too versatile for his own good. His brother. So his Chaz is anything like him.
Exactly.
He is,
He's
honestly,
played in goal.
Sort of
he's played
almost
everywhere.
suffers for it because he's like, if you play him up front, he's Johnny on the spot. He'll score all the time, but he's solid at the back. He can do a job anywhere. So his Chaz is
like you said, the
like
good
that.
thing is he'll put 110 in it when he goes whatever.
You got out of a motor on him, hasn't he?
Yeah, and his mouth.
And his mouth, I was going to say.
Yeah, and he just yeah,
That
and as
kid.
much attitude as you need, like
He knows how to push your buttons. Charlie does.
I had
Hey,
Foxy for
I'm
about
going to
20
say I have
minutes
him for
last week.
football and rugby, man.
Yeah. I had a stinking
All weekend.
hangover last
Nah,
weekend.
he's good as
and
gold,
I
bless
out
him.
Foxy for about 3 minutes and had to go. Just couldn't hack it. Like,
I never know. He got that cheeky smile, and you know.
Oh, you'd forgive him anything, wouldn't
Oh,
you? But
yeah.
he's just a nightmare.
he is. He is.
He couldn't come to football that one week, could he? So what's he done? He's had loads of red letters on it.
I heard Preston come home and told me about that. Charlie's had a lot of red letters down. Don't think he's allowed to play
I
football.
think
ever
they've
again.
run link down there.
Yeah.
Oh well, should we go on to yours then, Si?
Yeah, tough start.
Yeah.
Got our first point. Threw away 3-goal lead.
You're at under 14s.
Under
now, aren't
14s now, yeah. Promoted last year, but promoted 2 leagues, which is definitely a step too far.
you? Are you in the top division?
No, we're in the second.
Right,
but
okay.
we've gone up from, we was Division D and gone up to Division B.
It's a big jump.
It's a massive jump, really. But last year it was a cruise, really. It was, you could almost turn up and know you were gonna, and we learned absolutely nothing, really, apart from how to score goals.
Yeah.
And then this year, I think the 4 games we've played, we've learned so much more. Just highlights areas where we are lacking.
Yeah.
Like, not just the players, me and Gary as well, but where we need to do more as well, really. Just a 12 months difference, so from 13s to 14s, the physicality of it.
Yeah.
Like the side we played on the weekend, guys were massive. They're just huge and contributed to our loss, really, because when we were passing the ball around them, playing well, playing how they were told,
Yeah.
we were cruising. And then they got into an arm wrestle, got ink-muscled, and that's where they stole their goals. They knew they'd done wrong at the end by diverting from the plan. You know, because like I said, if they'd carried on, like nobody told them to change everything, but I think 3 quick goals, senior football, junior football.
Yeah.
You get a bit flighty, then you get a bit excited, and then the plan goes out the window. You do stuff you wouldn't normally do, and we're not good enough to do that.
No.
You know, we're not good enough to go out there, and we got to stay on it. And I think it's a valuable lesson, I think, for us, and I think we have push on from there.
Yeah. Everyone said, like, people have asked me if I think mine are learning from being in a higher league.
Yeah.
I do think they are, to a degree. So you will
Yeah.
learn from it. Like you say, you and Gary are going to learn from it as well.
Oh, massively, yeah.
I gotta say, I spoke to Padge, and he said it was like a comedy show watching Gary.
He's always been
It was. We had a chat at training tonight. Not well. We got the kids round and just explained that it was their fault. No, it was just explain that, you know, like I say, we're learning as well, and I think sometimes they don't deserve the reaction they get.
Yeah.
But it's you know, it's all meant with good intentions, really.
You're
you know.
passionate about it.
Massively, like I said, there's really, just like you guys, really ultra competitive. Like sports for winning.
Yeah.
Like a board game's for winning. You know,
From
it's just what.
peas against a wall.
Yeah, you know, and that's why I do it. You know,
Yeah.
like got into coaching, sort of inherited a team. This is my 10th year coaching football now, and the team started. The guy who wanted to run it, his son had a bit of a wobble, just cleared off. We had about 15 kids with no coach. So me and Gary took that team on 10 years ago and brought them to where they are now, really. And I think out of the original 15, I think we still got 8 of them.
That's massive.
Yeah.
So,
I do have the photo of your originals.
Yeah.
And the ones that are still there,
Yeah.
still playing. So we do need to put that up, actually.
Yeah, because
That's massive though.
Yeah, and it's good. Like, and you look back, and like sometimes, like I think the weekend I went on, like my head was gone as well. As
Yeah.
Gary's really, and you think, why are we doing it? And then you look back on that, And it's like, it's a bit of an achievement actually.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's a huge achievement.
Yeah.
If I'm still doing it in 10 years...
I did have hair 10 years ago.
Oh, I'm losing mine. I'm telling you now, there's more stress in this than there is in any job, anything.
Well,
oh my word.
I did, but there's times when it's unbelievable. But then there's others where it can sit you on your ass in it. And
Well, I
the
think
ups are good,
yeah.
though, aren't they? The ups are good and the downs are.
I found more
You live and
enjoyment
breathe
from
it though,
it.
don't you? That's the difference.
Yeah, it's every
You
second of
feel
your day.
it, like what you try and get those kids to do. You take the credit when they do well, but then you feel part of the reason they've lost, or they play badly, or they do things wrong. But again, that's all part of learning, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, but you didn't play much football when you were younger?
I played football because obviously I played mostly rugby, but I played football until I was 17.
Oh, you didn't say you played rugby.
Told me to wear this as well. Anyway, right, so believe it or not, I played in goal, 5'4", 5'7" of me, like. So
Played in goal the other day as well.
so
You don't want to talk about that.
first yellow card at 40.
Lucky to just be a yellow.
I was provoked. No,
Brave man.
what's he say? Oh yeah, I played quite a lot of football as a junior then, and then sort of had to make the decision whether to go play rugby or football because it started to clash.
Yeah.
And at the time, it's my dad's fault really, just pushed me into rugby, and now he spends all his time at the football club.
I know. I see that.
But yeah, no, it's funny how things turn out, isn't it? But yeah, I played sort of like West Midlands Flooded League under 18, so fair standard as a junior. Way out of my depth. Way out of my depth. Played about 3 times and sacked it off. But
Was that for Arrow?
yeah. So yeah, it's decent enough standard, I guess.
Yeah, that's
but,
a high standard.
And then still chip in now and again, turn out now and again. Rugby and football, obviously. Badly. Playing
Doesn't
badly.
matter, mate,
It's a body on the pitch, and everything.
Yeah.
For my stripes going down.
A little fade.
It's more slimming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, my game was very different to yours. All of yours. No, it wasn't. Honestly, my boys played. I'm genuinely very, very proud of them at the moment because we've had, I think, 6 losses on the bounce, and they've not been small losses. They've been heavy. Most of them to the nil. We don't talk about scores at this level, and we don't talk about scores in my team. Ain't maths, is football. It's as simple as that. But honestly, the football, and all the coaches afterwards have said how good the football is, but we just can't score. That's our one thing at the moment. We're missing a striker, probably because I play a false nine.
Hardest thing in football is score a goal, mate.
Well, exactly, it is. What you need is a fox in the box. But no, our thing is, I don't even think it's a confidence thing. We do really well out from the back, well against the press, getting the ball forward, and it's you always hear it, just struggling that final third, and that's what it is. We were getting a few shots. I mean, we had more shots in this game than we have done in any of the other games. In fact, than a few of them combined. So you can see it there, and we're creating chances. That's the thing. Yeah. But I have noticed the physicality, like you say. Like, I mean, we're a development team, and they are coming up against some. We're in the highest league.
Yeah,
we're coming up against some really strong players.
When you say the physicality of it, do you mean the physical size of the kids, or just the way they're aggressive and
a bit of both? Yeah, a bit of both. We played that Cam Everside, and some of the kids were. I know I'm not very tall, but some of the kids were nigh on my height. I thought, wow, they were big kids for under 10s.
Yeah,
that's mental.
I think because you play up a year, don't you? And like that,
we've noticed it.
That 1 year's difference. It's massive, and you think.
Yeah.
You know, it was 12 months.
Well,
but it's
we said before though, like
massive.
Cove is the end of August, so some of them kids are almost 2 years.
Yeah,
2 years.
But that's like my boy. Like he's August, so he's one of the youngest, but luckily he's one of the bigger ones physically. Then so, but yeah, you can almost have a 2 year swing, can't you?
Yeah, and Cove ain't very big at all. Well, we ain't got a big side really, have we?
No, you haven't got a tall side. Like you say, your centre half partnership is. They're
Chaz,
they're Diddy mine.
Yeah.
Well, we find it quite funny sometimes because we'll do training session, and I'll say to Fox, they just ain't listening. They ain't listening, and then 2 weeks later they'll go bang 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 go, and you'll go, see that?
You have that. You do have that every time at training though.
Oh,
because I we obviously used to train together, and then I come by Wednesday last week, and honestly, watching them in the game after,
They looked unreal.
They were fantastic, but I can see it with the drills. They don't listen in your drills.
No,
because they want to play.
That's the hardest
Yeah.
bit, right?
Yeah.
Because they can't, as kids, 9-year-old kids, they can't see the benefit of the drill. It's only as an adult and someone who's played the game that you can understand how that helps them.
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you.
They go mad about it.
I'm supposed to be an adult. I would, if I had a choice between doing drills and they said, "Oh, just play a game," I'd go, realistically, the standard we're at, let's just play a game.
That's why I
Yeah,
have
but
a
you
scuffle
might get
with it.
more from that.
Some do, some don't. But it's funny you say about how, because they did say it with Cardiff, that's what they look for in players. So when they're looking at their younger age groups, they're looking for kids that take that information, can actually take that information on and deliver it in the training sessions.
Yeah.
And I actually have that with my kids. But I wonder if, because I was a defender. I did play on the wing a few times, scored very few goals. It wasn't my dad. I couldn't really tell you the best. Like, I could do with having you one day.
That's the benefit I got.
To come and put some cones down.
But everyone needs something. I do specialise in tying up laces as well.
Well, all mine have laceless boots because I'm sick of it. But I don't know how to coach it so much. There are certain things, and what I'm trying to teach them is about the runs. I think realistically, if any of them are going to be natural goal scorers, they'll be a natural goal scorer. If they're going to get there, they're going to get there. But I'm trying to teach them about making some diagonal runs and just get a shot off, because actually, if you get when we go up to 9v9, they get a shot off, they got a lot more chance to score. Now that under 10s, you guys must have noticed it last year. Some of the keepers you come up against are as tall as that goal.
Yeah.
And that's the dilemma that we've had. Every single keeper, massive, absolutely. And my keepers, well, actually, the newest lad, he's a bit taller, but watching Jensen get across the goal for his little size, he's fantastic. Come 9v9, it's going to be a bit of a struggle for him. I don't quite know.
We've noticed that a little bit with our keepers, haven't we? They was getting balls smashed over their head the other week, like that much higher than they could reach, and it was still going in. And like the keepers are like looking at me as if to say, "What am I supposed to do with that?" And I'm like,
we got that obviously going 11 aside
of course,
there. And, like, my goalkeepers are tiny.
Yeah.
But you said, like, realistically, do what you can in anything.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
You're struggling for a keeper at the moment. You haven't got an out-and-out keeper, have you?
we've got two, but I think.
Are they willing to play in goal every week?
Yeah, they're both willing. It's just obviously for one of it, it's an area we could strengthen.
Yeah.
Definitely out of all the areas on the pitches, because I think like the 4 games we played this year, goalkeeping has been our downfall.
And is that a height sort of thing though as well, like you say, because the 11 goals are massive?
Yeah. No, not really.
No.
No, it's not. It's just really some really poor decision making. Really, actually, it is. It's just the boys are willing. You cannot slate their effort, but it's an area where we massively struggle. But then, how many good goalkeepers have I seen? Not many.
No.
The only good keepers I seen was when I took my boy for a trial at Gloucester City. 2 of the goalkeepers were a year younger, and they were massive and pulling off unbelievable saves. So I think quality goalkeepers, like at senior football in it as well, quality goalkeepers are so few and far between.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is.
Have you ever done like individual goalkeeper training with them?
We tried a bit, but we've had such a massive group. Yeah. It's hard for one of us to go away and take the 2 goalkeepers while and leaving, like, so if I took the keepers off, for argument's sake, Gary'd be left with 18 kids to coach on his own and 18 personalities as well, like, so
you're a funny age there,
it's probably more beneficial though to it, like we integrate our keepers, don't we, most of the time, and like it's better for 12 kids to shoot against one keeper than him just doing drills with a certain person.
We conceded a goal on the weekend, the ball was at the goalkeeper's feet and he didn't pick it up, and their centre forward just went round him. It's like, just pick the ball up, even if you think it's a pass back, just pick it up. It's hard to score from an indirect free kick anyway, isn't it? So pick it up.
Although I conceded from 2 indirect free kicks on the weekend.
Oh, right. It's just
it takes us back to the heading thing, because honestly, Isaac
the worst rule they've ever introduced.
Did you get affected by it?
We're still seeing the effects of it now. Where they wasn't allowed to have the ball for 2 years, we got kids stuck out the way, or feet that ring people's ear holes, and we're still seeing the effects of it now.
Yeah, really. Ours are a little bit like that.
I've seen it.
Some of them had it, or I don't know about last week before.
But I think you'll have kids some who will and just some who won't head the ball.
Oh, I've noticed it's I've talked about before I did, because it looked like we were going to go in. I know the FA guidelines are that you'd like not to do any heading training. It says to do it once a month when they get to like under 11 or under 12. But I did a heading drill using a beach ball just to see and honestly, if any of those kids had gone out onto a pitch and been allowed to head a ball, they'd have broke their neck.
Yeah.
Like, they got no idea.
Yeah.
And I think, we've talked about it a lot, I'm not going to go into it, I do think that they need to be trained on it. You need to be coached. You need to be coached on how to head the ball, because Preston was going to give himself whiplash. It was just ridiculous watching it.
It's the open mouth, isn't it?
Open mouth. It's not just that. It was. See, it's done it then every time. Yeah, it was mad to watch. Absolutely mad. But I think, speaking of an abundance of players that you've got and I've got, we might as well talk about, because we did say we'd like to bring more to this than just grassroots football. And Si, as you can tell, has played a bit of rugby, coached a bit of rugby.
You're both coaches.
Yeah. Foxy coaches rugby and texts Si and asks him for the rules.
So it's basically on a Sunday for you is Broadwell Hill, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, half my
What a weekend.
Broadwell team played in my rugby team.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
why we're
only
so feral.
I only coach it. I say coach. I only pick cones up, and because no one else would do it. It was like Joe was at an age where they had very few players. There was no coach for him, so they said, "Can you do it?" So I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." Because the rules are basically run forward, pass back, and that's all I use.
I thought you were about to say the rules are basically the same as football.
Got the flag out.
Luckily, I had my mate here to, we got up to tackling this year, so we've inherited a few kids from the younger group, so we've all combined, and we've got 17. So we had 6 players last year, 2 of them left, so we probably would have had to fold. But luckily, we inherited some kids from the younger group what are doing their first year tackling. So Si's been showing them the techniques and stuff, and we actually done alright on the weekend. Had our first game. Yeah, we don't keep score, but we might have had a.
I heard about how many tries a couple of people scored.
Yeah. There was a few tries, so they do listen, but it will get to the point where I won't be able to take them any further. So like, when it gets to rucks and balls, like I don't even know the proper rules. Someone with a lot more rugby knowledge that probably ain't sat too far away from me might have to,
I don't know much about rugby either, mate.
might have to step in. I'm more than happy to pick up the cones and do the shirts and whatever else, but
That why I'm here, is it? Put me on the spot.
But the thing about it is, like you're saying, then you only had 6, and then 2 of them left. It's not as like the Forest of Dean. I mean, I don't know if it's because we border Wales or something, because rugby's always been huge in Wales. Rugby was always huge in the Forest for me.
School.
Yeah.
Everyone literally played rugby Sunday morning, and they'd rock up to football Sunday afternoon, still in their rugby kit, and just put another top on.
Yeah.
Well, the other bit that baffles me, right, is I don't know what other clubs are like, but Berry Hill, they only charge people £20 for the year, and you get short socks and a training top.
I know.
No subs. You get
It's
hot
incredible.
dogs, chips, and all after the game, right? It's football.
I might sign Preston up just for a meal.
Yeah. Why not?
You eat more than 20 quid worth of sausage and chips in a season.
You eat more than 20 quid worth of sausage and chips after one match.
Yeah. Well,
That's
they did on Sunday, actually.
Yeah. But
That's mad.
the big thing is, like, there's not as many people playing, and you've had to fold draws, haven't you? So?
Yeah, we folded ours last week. I think we've had probably 3 tough seasons now. This year would have been, so we went virtually full senior rule, so 15 aside. We had 12 players last year, and we're down to 9 this year.
Oh.
And it was just like, I think we gave it 5-6 weeks, hoping people would come in, obviously put messages out in schools, done everything we could really, and it's just like, I think...
Do you think that's a lack of rugby at school?
I think, obviously, when I was playing junior rugby, virtually every far side had a team. But now I think, at our age group, I think it's only Drybrook and Cinderford now, the Forest have got under 14s teams.
Yeah.
That's mad.
And they've got enough players in both. Actually,
Cinderford are sort of trying to get hold of a few of the ones who were with us then.
Yeah.
Because I think they were struggling as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a sign of the times, really. I think all sort of grassroots sports is on its knees, I think, for player numbers, junior and senior, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, for us, it's a massive shame because it was like, it's my club. I sort of, as a player and a coach, I probably put 30 years plus into it. So it's a bit gutting, really, to have to walk away from it. But I think I want my son to play.
Yeah.
And obviously, realistically, there's no such thing as a 9-a-side rugby team.
Would you have a false one on that?
False 9, yeah. Especially at under 14s level like that. Yeah, but back on subject, really.
Yeah.
Where was it? Oh yeah, no, it's just numbers are poor, and obviously the lads who were there who were keen deserve to be playing, and it's nice that they still want to train, but playing's the reward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it too late for you to have a side now that you've folded? You couldn't if a load of people that were listening to this podcast right now are at under 14s level or age.
So
what year is that at school?
Year 9.
Year 9.
So is there anyone younger?
So you can merge. You could do you can merge 2 age groups. So we could have year 8s playing up, or year 10s playing down, but you can't bridge 3 age groups then, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
So you either got to go one way or the other. So you can.
And there's not enough.
We played with a couple of younger guys last year, stepped up and played, and they done really well actually. But obviously they want to be playing as well, so they've left, which obviously had another knock-on effect again to us. But I think I don't like the sort of playing up and down thing really, because.
Yeah.
But having said that, I think that's one thing football could take from rugby, is players being able to play down a year. So if you've got a player who's maybe it's one of the slightly smaller lads.
Yeah.
Like if he's playing rugby, you can get dispensation off the RFU for him to play down.
Yeah.
Because you can play Europe, can't you, without question.
Yeah.
But with football, there's no chance of playing down. Which even in my team now, I've probably got 3 lads who would benefit from playing down a year, just because of the physical size of them.
So there is that biobanding is around that. It's about the size of them and their expected height, etc. So they would form teams based on that and have you playing basically against people of your same physical size.
Because that's like what they do out in. I know they definitely do it out in New Zealand with our grassroots rugby.
Yeah.
It's done on size and weight rather than age. So you could have a massive 9-year-old against a 13-year-old, if that. But
perhaps that's what that team from Bristol did.
It works for them, doesn't it? It works for them, and
Yeah.
and this obviously keeps it competitive, and also, you've obviously got a different level of maturity, PJ. But it's but yeah, for the physical side of things, it's. But yeah, so it's a shame, but I think it's happening all over. All sports.
I think it is.
Up and down the country, I think it's
Well, luckily we haven't found it with football.
Football's booming really with us, isn't it?
Booming.
Like we're sort of, like I said, we're around 20 kids now, and sort of at the point where we're going to start turning people away again now, because, well, not that we don't want to, because you might be turning a gem away, but it's you just can't accommodate them on quarter of a pitch in a different country where we got to train. That's another subject, isn't it? But on a quarter of a pitch in Wales, it's
Yeah, fair.
That's a little dig at the council.
A quarter of a pitch.
Yeah, I ain't even that, is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, a quarter. Yeah,
Winter
it's 3,
training
isn't it? Yeah. But so we got to go down there with 20 kids from England to train in Wales, and
I actually wanted to train on Monmouths, to be honest, because it's a good surface.
It's a lovely surface.
We said the same to me.
But
that's why I'm glad to be going up to Cinderford, because that's a good surface. These guys are at Lydney, and like we saw it yesterday, that surface.
It's for hockey though, isn't it?
It is. Yeah,
it's sandy, isn't it?
It's very sandy. Yeah.
So
that's why I used to burn the skin off.
The ball don't hold up at all.
Yeah.
Well, we got a bit about size youth there. Foxy, how do you feel talking about yourself? Because we tried it before. Do you want to do it now?
Not really, no.
Come on, mate. I know normally it's about the kids, but just come on. You had a pretty good football career. Let's talk about it a bit.
I was alright as a kid.
Did you win any trophies?
It's funny you should mention that actually, because I did bring a couple of trophies with me. just in case you wanted to see any of them.
Just a couple, like.
I'm letting you play with the other one.
Don't worry, there's only a top goal scorer. There's a couple there. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Well done, mate. Looks like you've had a lucrative career.
Been there a charity shop.
None of them's mine, by the way.
That one got dominoes on it.
Amazing what you get off eBay these days.
Deliveroo driver of the week.
The old monster munch. Oh, wow.
No, yeah, you don't want to look through all that. It's only an AirPod, isn't it?
I don't know.
Not them.
But I obviously that's the Foxy family, like my dad and his brothers. Growing up, basically, I like everywhere I went, they're like, "Oh, you should be pretty good. You're a Foxy," so I had a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time at Alwood Football Club when I was a kid. My dad obviously played over there, and decent standard at the time. You know, the county league was very good standard. You know, it's not terrible now, but you know, it's back then it was good. That most of my Saturdays spent over there. I used to go to away games and stuff. Put me on the bus. 10 years old and
Bird.
But that must. I bet that helped because you played Hellenic when you were 15, didn't you?
Yeah, so
because you could play at a younger age then.
Yeah,
16,
so when I was at that age, you could play senior football at 14. Mm-hmm. I actually played just before my 14th birthday for Mushet and Coe back then.
Oh God, more scam.
Yeah, it was as simple as we used playing football on Coe Rec, and a bloke come up to me and he was like, "Oh, do you boys play football?" And we said, "Yeah, we play football." And he said, "Do you want to sign on for Mushet?" So me and a couple of me mates signed on, and then I had a few games senior football. Still played my Sunday league, so I played for when I was like 9, I played for Millcourt. But the team folded after like a year. There's like a lot of mixed age groups back then. I was one of the younger ones.
Yeah.
Then I went to Forest Rangers, so Forest Rangers ain't a team anymore. It's Cinderford. But so most of the lads right up through to 16 played for Forest Rangers. And like I said, when I was 15, I played the same league as Si mentioned earlier, the Midland Floodlit League.
Yeah.
So
that's why you said it was a good standard. I saw him give a little nod to him, like, "Well done, mate."
It was a very good standard.
You played with me.
So I
Too good for me.
I had a season for Harrow Hill at the time, because when I went to Broadwell to play at 15, Gary Irkin was manager at the time, and he was manager of the 18s as well. And he said, "Oh, if, at 15 you can play under 18s. Do you want to come training?" So I went training and ended up playing for the team and stuff. And then, unfortunately, Harrow Hill, a lot of the lads were 18, so they couldn't play the following season. We didn't have enough numbers to progress. So I was asked to go for a trial at Gloucester City. Me and 3 other lads, what was still young enough to play. So went up there and got in and played 2 seasons for the under 18s under Kenny Blackburn, the manager. He was obviously involved with Gloucester City for a long time, Ken. Looking back, he was really good to me. I really respected him. He played a good standard of football. Played for Brighton professionally.
They're a good standard now, that's for sure. Yeah,
I'm not sure exactly what league he played in and stuff, but it was like county league. Scored a load of goals, and it was good times. And then obviously later progressed up to Broadwell. Played in reserves as like a 16-year-old. As you mentioned, I did play for Harrow for a small time when I was 15 in the Hellenic League. But
Didn't want to talk about yourself.
No, I know. It's the longest bit of the
No, it's nice. It's good.
No, it is good.
It's 25. I played senior football for 25 years, so I could spend a long time. If I brought my scrapbook with me, we could be here for a while. So
did you bring a scrapbook?
Shame.
I did bring my scrapbook just in case you wanted to have a look.
Go on, get your scrapbook.
Have you really?
Yeah, I have.
This is the cutest thing you'll ever see on this podcast. This has never been seen by anyone, has it, Fox?
No, this goes in my loft. I get it out every now and again when I
Is that where all those trophies were?
reminisce about football. But yeah, there's 25 years worth of football in there. So
I tell you what, we'll have a proper read through that in a bit, shall we?
yeah.
Yeah. I bet there's some.
Well, back in the day, this is what I tell the younger lads at football. I said before Facebook, we had scrapbook, and there it is, you know. But in all fairness, I know you boys are absolutely ribbing me, but it is actually nice to have someone on here that did actually play for Broadwell, because I've seen about 15 people on this podcast, and none of them actually played for Broadwell.
I'm pretty sure Beardo had a game.
Well, he said he did, but I can't remember.
Parents
that.
versus
I asked
coaches.
the
Don't
ref.
count.
That's me out.
I played against Broadwell. We all know that I have a deep rivalry with Broadwell. I couldn't stand them. I'm only there for my son.
You're using us.
Yeah. No, I love the club now. But when I played for Whitecroft, and I played for a real club, and proper grassroots.
It's a bus stop on the way to Lidl.
He's on fire.
He is. I got nothing to say to that, because I don't think there's even a bus stop there anymore. Like, Whitecroft did it. That was the beauty though. We had a lot of teams there. We have 4 teams at Whitecroft, which I think is massive for such a small club and such a small place. Everybody went there. It was good. Anyone that couldn't get into Lidney's team, I think. Oh God.
It's mad, right? Honestly, I don't feel the age I am, and it only feels like yesterday. Some of those things I was talking about, you know, like
what do you feel like 50?
Playing on some really good pitches and all that. It was a massive privilege as a youngster to do that.
But it was a much better standard then, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Like, you know, you talk about players that were good at the time. 90% of those players I did play with at some time or another, and like some people don't even know who they are anymore. Like not that long ago, I can't even remember who told me, but basically they was having a conversation and my name cropped up and they said, oh, something about Fox, and they go, this lad went, oh, what, that fat kid what plays for Broadwell? They said, yeah, you know, he used to score a few goals back in the day, and he was like, well, baffled by it. He said, oh, I just can't believe it, you know. But it feels like someone's literally flicked the switch, and I've gone from a 13-year-old playing for Mushat to being lucky enough to play a few games for Broadwell,
yeah,
and other clubs obviously, and then in the blink of an eye is over. But you could look at it, how I'm trying to look at it is that I'm now going to concentrate and give something back to the football and the kid, and you know, I wasn't the best player in the world, don't get me wrong, but I'd like to think that I experienced enough and know enough about football to pass on to the kids a little bit of something, you know. Like we joke about Rory, and because he's our striker,
he's your project,
and they say, oh, you know, that's your project, you've got to get him to score more goals. But to be fair to the kid, he scores enough goals without me even telling him, so it should be an easier project.
I've heard Foxy's coaching. Rory, shoot!
Swing a leg.
Don't shoot, you don't score, buddy.
Yeah, no, it's true, mate. It's true, and my team's testament to that. Now we'll get there. Well, I think we should wrap that up there and have a little look through this scrapbook, shall we? Yeah,
you can do that after. You won't have enough time to do it while we're on the
With that, thanks for coming along, boys.
Thanks, boys.
Pleasure.
I've been buzzing
really. Don't
be like that. So.
No, it's good. Like I said, long overdue, really.
Yeah.
Chairman's favourite coach and all. I thought I'd been on a bit sooner. But
I'm glad he confirmed that. Chairman's favourite coach, not best coach.
I've been quite lucky, really, because I had a good relationship with Chris, a previous chairman.
Yeah.
And now Jason, they look after me quite well, really.
Oh, a bit parched.
But, they keep putting me on the best pitch. And, you know, so long may it continue.
Yeah.
Oh, what's it like being able to play on the best pitch, mate?
we have to be back on though. I've got loads of stuff I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Pitches, the lights and all that. We want to roll with that.
Well, we need you to go and have a look at the lights now.
Oh, okay.
Wait, do you know Sparky?
Yeah. Not a good. With that, it's up the blues for me.
Is that the clarets for me? Up the wall!
Use your hands, dick.
Hold on, boys. I'm only on page 4. What about that time when I said I scored 7 goals for Globetrotters? 4 in the first half.